Hello and welcome to True Guidance Tarot. I'm Adriana Teodoro-Dier. I'm a spiritual medium and intuitive reader. I have a message for Gemini today. I have asked my guides to bring a message through to you that is both beneficial as well as deeply positive for you as you navigate your journey this week. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here, and I strongly encourage you to subscribe so that you can stay in contact with this beneficial information from the other side every week. And if you're returning, I'm so glad to see you. I'm very grateful for your presence, your time, and your energy. And let's get straight into your reading. It's making me laugh, Gemini, just because I think they're speaking on different levels to us this week. There's kind of a surface thing going on, but I feel like it's a deeper metaphor. So let me just get started. Should I start? I'm going to start backwards, actually. Usually I give you the energy of the universe and then the way you respond, but I'm going to start with the end. So the end is talking about this. We've got the Princess of Swords, and we've got the King, the Prince of Pentacles, and then we've got the Death card. So the theme here is that we're trying to get up to the next level. And what makes me laugh so hard is that these are kind of like, it's like a couple. Someone who wants to be a couple, or maybe it's already a married couple. With the Princess of Swords being like, come on, go out there, impress me, do something, let's get to the next stage. And this poor Prince of Pentacles is just dragging his feet. This is a very shy, reluctant kind of energy. And I have to tell you, it's because of self-worth. He doesn't feel worthy necessarily to move things to the next level. And it appears as caution, but it's really that it's a self-worth thing. But this Princess of Swords is like, come on, prove it to me. Let's get this done. And she wants things to happen. She wants action to happen that he's just really slow to take. This Death card symbolizing the desire, really of both, to move this up to the next level, to transform this, to walk through a new door, the Death card. But both have their hang-ups, you know. She's not exactly listening to him. She's putting a lot of pressure on him. She's wanting things her way, definitely. She's kind of got her sword, she's got a ribbon wrapped around her sword. So she wants to have, that to me symbolizes her wanting her way. And he's just, you know, he's kind of stuck in his things. He's a positive figure. Like, he's got good energy. He knows what he likes. He's just reluctant to get there, very slow moving, where she would like things to move a little faster. So, you know, what does this all mean? Let's go backwards to the cards. The universe is trying to kind of, I want to say, shake up or unseat you a little bit, that you may have to leave that comfortable position of your point of view. What do I mean by that? We've got the Five of Swords. So this is almost like, I almost feel like this figure here is the universe, and this is maybe you. You feel like stripped of your identity in some ways, or like something has been removed or taken from you that you maybe feel it wasn't fair. And the universe has that now. It's got your weapon. You can't protect yourself. You find yourself very exposed and vulnerable. However, it's really interesting because it's almost like, it's strange. I don't know why I feel this way, but this vulnerable figure here, he has this battle with, you know, a force of the universe that looks like it's not really for your benefit, but in the long run, okay, we're always looking long run, it actually turns out to be. So he's unseated, he's defeated, he's walking away, but when he comes back to his people, he's somehow found a way to look like things are okay, to look like he's come out the victor. And this might be a couple things. It might be you not wanting to show that inner feeling of defeat to other people, but it can also be a reassurance that actually, you know, you haven't lost anything. He's actually taken something from you that you didn't need. I also love they've got birds, so there's a spiritual benefit to this process here. Now we come back to our couple with our Lady Death here. If you read or have read Women Who Run with Wolves, it's amazing. She talks about in every relationship you have to accept Lady Death as part of your relationship. Meaning that relationships move through different stages. Parts of the relationships die in order to come to the next phase. And where we get hung up is that sometimes we don't like to allow that death to happen. So, I've been in situations where you start a relationship, it's really exciting, it's really wonderful, and then of course everyone starts to show their true colors, and you're kind of like, I don't like this anymore. So either you don't like what they're showing, or you're mourning the loss of the excitement and the passion. Like the difference between a relationship that's been in its first year and it's been in its second year. In the second year, you see a lot more stable energy, but it's maybe not as passionate or exciting or different. So the inability to move between those phases with grace, that's why the death shows up, to help us transition smoothly into that. So, on one level, there's something that's been lost here. Okay, I see. So we've got a sense of pride that we feel we've lost our sense of pride. We've lost that cultural warrior kind of look. And yet our soul is giving us the assurance that no, it's all right. We've gained something in the long run. But there's something in identifying with either one of these two energies or both that is the hang up. She is unwilling to relinquish her position that everything has to happen according to her will, according to her ideas, and according to the way that she thinks. So that's what she's afraid to give up to death. She's afraid to put that into death's cauldron so it can be changed into something else. She's also someone who's looking for an outside fulfillment. She thinks that the fulfillment comes with this guy doing a certain action exactly the way she wants, exactly how it has to happen. And she's unwilling to give that up. Now, he's unwilling to give up his reluctance. He's unwilling to give up his stubbornness, that he doesn't want to change his position, that he doesn't want to show his true desire. He's hiding behind his helmet, his shield. He wants to be safe. He wants to be protected. He's afraid to go into the unknown, which is exactly where she's trying to get him to go. So he's afraid to give that up. So you may find that either you're dealing with someone who has one of these energies or a blend of both, or you're the one that has both. So our message is the death card. How do we let this go? How do we reconcile this? And just give me a second while I check in with them. Yeah, it's interesting. She's got Stonehenge in the back of her, way back here. So we understand this is a very spiritual endeavor. It's the idea of time and the place. So if you're pushing too hard, you need to back off. If you're digging your heels, then you need to move forward. It's that duality of opposites, life and death, death and rebirth, light and dark. It's trying to get you to balance. So if you are the Princess of Swords and you're putting pressure on this knight, if you back off, he's suddenly going to move forward. Now, if you're the Knight energy and you suddenly move forward, she's going to back off. You see how it benefits each other. It's kind of life and death are connected in the same thread. That's why I feel that death is also a rebirth. So light and dark are also connected in the same thing. And so it's kind of like tug of war. If you stop tugging your way and you give in the other way with the other person, then actually they start to come back your way. And I think that's the Six of Wands, this tug of war here where someone wins and someone loses. That keeps you in this place of separation instead of moving together in a shared vision. And your soul wants that shared vision. But there's also part of you that wants to be the one who's victorious so that everyone else knows. Trying to say this gently because it's not... I want it to come across as a criticism, but that need to be right, that need to be victorious, that need to show like, oh, hey, I was right all along. That's not going to get you what you want. What you want is understanding what will get you what you want is being willing to understand the other person's point of view and knowing how to ease off on them or push yourself forward, one of the two, so that the energy between relaxes and this transformation can happen. So here's the end of the story. She eases off, he finally moves forward, and then he goes on this journey that brings them into the next stage. The other way is he decides to move forward, she eases off and understands that he has to do things in his own time. Once that pressure is released, then they're both allowed to move up. And she's gained in wisdom and she's gained in empathy because she realizes that things don't always have to happen her way or in her own time. So, if you've got questions about that, please reach out in the comments below. I always love hearing from you, and I invite you to check out my website, trueguidancetarot.com. I offer one-on-one readings over Zoom, and I also have extended support for those of you looking for something deeper over a longer period of time. So, I look forward to see you next week, and have a good one.